try this. Okay? Just type it in. Go nuts. Anybody get a flat line?
Yeah, it does.
It's like slightly rising. Well, now wait a minute. If it's a sine graph, there's no way to be a flat line. It's a curve, right? It goes like this. And don't panic, all right? Don't say, if you're on the final exam, don't say, oh my gosh, my calculator's messed up. Don't worry. Because here's the problem with it. The window right now, you know what the window is?
10.
Negative 10 to 10 and negative 10 to 10. Okay? The thing is, when you do sine, all right, if you do a sine curve like this, do you remember how far it is when you do the period of sine? 2 pi is the period. Okay? This calculator is on degrees right now. And 2 pi would be the same thing as what? Okay? That would be 2 pi is 360. Yes. So if you're looking at negative 10 to 10, you're looking at like a little piece of the sine graph that's so small it doesn't look like a straight line. We're supposed to be going all the way out to 360, although I want you to know something about this graph. Is this graph a full period or a half period? That looks like a half period because it went from the peak to the valley but didn't get back up to the peak again. So it's 180. So you need to go back to the window and let's change our window and write this down in your notes. The x min we're going to make what? 0. And the x max is 180. And you can see that 180 is much farther than 10, and that's why you couldn't see any detail on your sine graph, right? You have a little piece of, little dot of it right there. Okay, now let me block out the sine graph right there. Yeah, it looks like a straight line, right? So get the whole picture. Okay? If you go back and do 0 and 180, and you can just leave it at negative 10 to 10, that's fine. Okay? Now hit graph again, and you will see a sine curve.
Oh, deleted my line.
Okay? Okay, anybody see a sine hump down there? Okay, there you go. Now we're talking. Okay? So just a little slight adjustment there. We didn't panic. We just changed some windows there. Changed some parameters. Okay. Now, I noticed that that's no good. Matter of fact, isn't the sine something that always starts and goes up and then down? But the cosine is something that starts and goes all the way down and all the way back up. I bet that's a cosine right there, not a sine. Okay? Because it's not going up, down. It's going just directly down. I'm going to think it's going to be either B or C. So let's go back to the y equals and try to regraph B, and then try to regraph C and see what you get. Okay, they do. Now they're shifted though. Did anybody did anybody graph B and get something entirely below the x-axis?
Yes.
Okay, well, not that one. If you choose C though, did anybody get something that looks a lot like the picture?
Yes.
Okay, so it's got to be C. Okay, and again, just trial and error. Just try each of the multiple choice, and you'll stumble into it. But make sure that your window is correct. Okay, pretty easy, right? Which one over here?
I graph B, it looks just like that, and then I graph C.
And cut.
Sun creature, put it on.
But then if I
A catchphrase.
graph C, it comes up